evening and welcome to the Radical Sim Racing European AMS Round 4 live from Bathurst in Australia. I am James Parfitt. I'm going to be here guiding you through all the action this evening for the AMS. Now joining me in the pros will be Dan Peoples. He'll be in the booth with me a little bit later on in about an hour's time, but it is just myself for the Bathurst AMS here. Current track length 6.213 kilometres and totaling 3.861 miles. The circuit itself holds 23 turns here. And it started last night with the Radical Americas, where Greg Seitz took the victory over Lucas Vieira with Havana Shivorgian in third place. Welcome in, Phil across the pond, Elliot Borg, much love to you, and thank you so much for joining me. Do you stream as your full-time gig? I do now. Due to finish in my daytime employment on the 24th of February, JPBroadcasting has had a very interesting 2022, and now we're going into 2023, and it's even busier here this evening, and it's showing tonight because we kick off here for the Radical World Series European AMS. Then we go into the European Pros straight after. Then at 10:15 we go to the SRL GT4 round 6 from Catalonia, where Jake Cranstone has got a bit of an insurmountable gap in the point standing and can take the victory. And then at 1:45 in the morning we have the IGL Cash Cup from the Circuit Zolder. So we've got 4 broadcasts tonight alone coming up on the JPB YouTube channel, so stay tuned. Don't forget to subscribe, turn on the bells for notifications, and give the video a big old thumbs up. But we're kicking off round 4 at Belfast, then we go for round 5 at the Red Bull Ring. Round 6 is Alton Park Circuit with the international layout. Now it doesn't include Britain's or the Hislop chicane. It goes straight on the run down and then round the corner. Then we go to the Legacy Silverstone Circuit from 2008, and then we finish off the season on the 24th of February for the Brands Hatch Grand Prix. Now, you definitely want to be getting involved in that one. Last time out in the AMS, Gordon Haig took the victory from Diego Iglesias in second, Damien G in the third. That was at the Circuit de Barcelona in Catalunya. So if you haven't seen it, go back and watch it because it was absolutely amazing. Congrats to you. Your work is top notch. Thank you so much for that as well. Much appreciative here this evening. I cannot wait for this one, though. This one is going to be absolutely incredible, and you really want to sit back, relax, and enjoy the next few hours of racing. And we're going to switch over to the live screen. We'll see you in a second. Okay, so here we are at the Bathurst Circuit. Now, traditionally, I would sit back and say that it's one that everybody's going to complete, but knowing the how can I put it, the history of Bathurst, it's unlikely that we are. I'm hoping that the cars will get through this tricky mountain section that does involve corners such as the cutting, the dipper up through Solomon Park at the top part of the circuit as well, and it is somewhat complicated. I'm not going to lie, it's going to take a brave man to get all the way through there without any issues currently at the moment. And sitting on top is Gordon Haig. He is just starting taking it off on his practice. We've got about 3 minutes here from practice, so we can go through the lap with Gordon Haig as we travel around Bathurst. We're coming into turn 1. Into third gear we go. We wrap up the apex, and then we're going to be going off into the cut-in. Left-hander now, uphill, off-camber, brake in, so he's got to brake straight, get down into second gear, wrap it into the wall, and onto the gas we go. And then it is now just controlling the throttle, furthering the throttle, getting the car hooked up as we bounce around the top part, come through 6 or 7 here, and off around the Solomon Park before we drop it down into Skyline, which is the left-hander. Oh, he's going to wrap it in, he is, and now he's dropping into the dipper now. Down through the gears, 4th gear, 3rd gear, 2nd gear, he's got to wrap it into the wall. There we go, get the bounce, off he goes onto the accelerator again. Full split 4th gear, now we're going to be down through the gears, down into 2nd gear for the tight hairpin at Forest Elbow. And then we're going to be off on this long run down Conrod Straight here this evening. It's going to be maxing out the car as much as they can. 6th gear running all the way down. Under the bridge we go. We're going to take the car to a little bit to the left-hand side in a minute, and then we're going to go to the right. There he goes to the left. And then we're going to straighten up that line as much as possible. On the brakes, 179 miles an hour for Gordon Haig. Third gear around the chase. And on this run down to Murray's Corner, the final corner on the circuit here this evening. Looking for the pole on the right-hand side. There it is, just braking before it. Second gear, in we go onto the gas. And then over the line. And we're going to come across the line for Gordon Haig. What is he going to do on his last lap? We wait patiently for the time. It's a 1:58.02, so slightly slower than his best lap of a 1:57.7. But there we go. It's going to be an interesting one. I'm Bill across the bar. I'm going for 50% into the wall of the mountains. Well, I hope not. We've got 17 cars on track this evening, leading us to losing about 8 of them, I guess, roundabout, if we can't round out the number. But this is Paul Warren now. Paul's new to the series this evening. Gary Truby's here, Guy Robinson, Stefan Mellis, Maren Griegic, David Rollison, George Gonzaga, Craig Gregory in second place currently. Then Gordon Haig is on top from Sim Racing Norway. So overall, you're in for an absolute treat of an evening of racing, and one that you're not going to want to miss here tonight, because I'll tell you what, this section here, that's the one. We see John Gregory either disappear or have internet issues. No, he is back on track. Oh, he's trimmed the wall on Forest Elbow. He's hit the wall on the outside as well. You can see the damage to his radical on the left-hand side there. Smeared number panel. So he's definitely tapped the wall. Don't forget, guys, as well, the giveaway on Instagram over at JPB Instagram. £50 worth of iRacing dollars will be given away once we reach 300 followers. You've got to like, follow, and share the post. You must share the post to be in with a chance of winning. It is a slow climb, but we're hoping to get there very, very shortly. And it's one that we're going to be doing with once we hit 300 followers on Instagram. Get yourself involved in that one. Now we do coming into a 10-minute close quali before we go into the 30-minute race. Just going to wait here for Gordon Haig to get out on track, because there is Gordon now. I think this is where the pole time is going to come through, being that he's just hit the 1:57 mark. So Gordon Haig there. Have to see how he gets on. I'll give you a quick show of the current championship standings here this evening. David Rollison is in first on 167. George Gonzaga second. Craig Gregory third. Diego Munio in fourth. Damien G fifth. Glenn Andre Christensen in fifth. Gordon Haig, who we're on board with, is in seventh. Russell Wooten eighth. Jonna Olmark in ninth. Maren Griegic 10th. Hugh Simpkins 11th. Gary Truby 12th. Stefan Mellis 13th. Matt Lentness in 14th. George Bentes in 15th. Guy Robinson 16th, Stephen Koenig 17th, and Berger Elklid in 18th place. And then beyond that, we've got Janeman Pruis in 19th, Vigard Helen 20th, Didier Theobald in 21st, Jacek Zelenka 22nd, Vigard Leo Olsen in 23rd, Ola Stanzred 24th, Tom Weston 25th, Monik Heister 26th, Sandra Capella 27th, and Thomas Guttermorsen, who hasn't gotten the board as of yet. In the championship standings, Rad Sports Sim Racing leading the way on 229, MJX Racing Team on 201, Tiger Team on 167, Team Slow-Mo Gold on 162, Sim Racing Norway 159, Team Slow-Mo 122, Team Heat Together on 106, On Wheels TV on 73, EAD 13 on 44, Team Sim Racing Community on 24, Platinum Racing Team on 20, then Essential and Thomas Guttermorsen are on 0 points currently at the moment. So let's see how it works out. These cars get a move on, put the GT3s to shame. I think it's more the weight distribution of these cars. You know, they're no more, to be fair, Elliot, than go-kart on 4 wheels with a bit of a body shell and a wing strapped on the back, because that is currently what they're basically based on. You know, the SR10 is a funny car. It is taken a lot for people to get to get control of, and not everybody can control the car, and I think that's one of the things that makes this SR10 such a difficult car to drive. Now, me personally, I love the SR8. I think, you know, without a shadow of a doubt, people love the SR8 in general. It was so much easier to handle. It was, you know, controllable. It kind of did everything it needed to do when it needed to do it, and the SR10 is a little bit more tricky on that side of things. It doesn't always go where you want it to. It does have random moments, as well, but that's all about getting it under control. And from that point of view, I think it can be a difficult car to drive. As I say, it's one of them cars that you either love or you hate, or you just can't get on with it. And I think it's not everybody's cup of tea, to be honest with you, Elliot. And at the end of the day, it takes a skillful person to drive the car, and it takes an even more skillful person to get it through Bathurst without having any issues, because Bathurst is not the most easiest track to drive this car on, and I think from anybody's personal point of view, it's one that's really quite difficult to do. So you know, they've got to be tying it up and got to be hooking it up well, because it doesn't always drive as what you hoped for, you know, and it can slide about, and it just can be very frustrating. And trust me, when I drove the SR8 and then I jumped into the SR10, it was just, well, it was a completely different scenario altogether, to be honest, and one that I didn't enjoy, should we say, on my first time out, because it was a difficult car to drive, and it's still not very easy for people to get hold of now. You know, some people love it, some people still don't like it, others are struggle, but we've got Haig on pole on a 1:58.537 there, so that's an absolute stellar lap from Gordon Haig. But, you know, when you're hanging around with 425 brake horsepower and 2,261 cc engine, turbocharged engine with direct injection twin independent variables, the thing is, it weighs not a lot. And that's the problem with this car. It doesn't weigh a lot, and I think that, as I say, people love it, people hate it, and the stability on the rear isn't too bad, but it doesn't take much if you hit the grass to spin it round, or if you know, hit the brakes too hard, the rear end goes round, and it's a tough one overall, to be fair. But Gordon Haig again is on a purple sector, going through sectors 3 and 4. We're following round for the rest of the lap round the Forest Elbow. So, oh, that's not going to be good. That's going to be an invalidation of a lap, as he's just hit the wall. But George Gonzaga here, let's see how he gets on. He's got purple in 1, green in 4, yellow in sectors 2 and 3. So, hopefully, from George Gonzaga's point of view, he can hook up the final part of the lap now. Gordon Haig would have got what's called as a 0x. He hit the wall, but any X invalidates the lap. So from his point of view, the lap's invalidated. It doesn't matter what he gets on top of that, what time he gets, it's still invalidated, and he cannot set the time. He will have to go again. Now hopefully he might not have damage, so let's see what Gonzaga could do as well here. 1:58.617 goes on to pole position from George Gonzaga. David Rolliston, the championship leader, he's currently sitting in 3rd place on a 1:59.32. Glenn Andre Christensen in 9th. He's coming down Forest Elbow and running off down Conrad Straight, so let's see how he gets on, and we'll follow him across the final part of this lap here this evening. But I hope everybody is well. Hope you're having a fabulous time. Don't forget, if you can, give the video a big old thumbs up. That would be absolutely amazing. Subscribe, turn on the bells for notifications as well, because we have got a lot of racing coming up, including the Big Dreams Little Voices charity 3-hour in charity race tomorrow with GT3s and TCRs, raising money for the Rainbow Trust. Now, the broadcast hasn't actually gone live at all, obviously, because it goes off tomorrow, and we've already raised £800. £800 when we got a target of £1,000. So we've already raised £800 already. So yeah, we're well on our way to hitting the amount we need that we're going to do tomorrow. Don't forget, we have got children lined up as well to come into the booth and do some commentary with us. So if you want to see, they're also going to be doing some interviews with drivers and spotters as well. So there's no restrictions on questions. They are going to come up with them completely on their own. So, you know, there was an interesting discussion in the BDLV Discord earlier on about some of the questions that could be asked, but we're also hoping they don't. So, It should be fun. We're up to about 40 cars at the moment. We did initially go for 45, so we're only 5 entrants off, which I'm sure we should get because we have had people join in the Discord as the evenings as the day's gone on. Gordon Hay going on to pole 158.493. What is Gary Truby going to come and do across the line as well? He's got green across the board, yellow in 1. Truby goes into 10th. Gordon Hay gets pole position. George Bentez is another man on a bit of a mission as well. Bentez in that very brightly coloured livery. Got to be honest, loving that. He's going to be coming across the line on a 2 minutes .92. What about Vigard Olsen Leah? What is he going to do from Sim Racing Norway? Have a great race. Need to get back to work. Cheers. No worries, mate. No worries at all. Thank you very much, SRL TV, for the thumbs up. That would be absolutely incredible. But as I say, tune in tomorrow because we do want a lot of people involved in the BDLV one tomorrow. It's a Big Dreams Little Voices charity race in aid of Rainbow Trust. Russell Wooten just puts it on pole on a 158.43. Christensen again has gone green across the board, yellow in the final sector. And here comes Vigard Lea Olsen. What can he do? Coming over the line, 202.640. The Craig Gregory is coming through. Was coming through Forest Elbow. Unfortunately for Craig Gregory, that is just unfortunate timing there. Stefan Mellis as well is another one that's weaving his way through the mountain section here in the SR10. Going to go, he chased a little bit early then. I don't think I would have gone 4. I'm a nervous driver through there, but even I would have taken 4th a little bit longer around the corner before I started bringing it down out of the gears. But hey, I'm in the booth, right? What do I know about the mountains? And what do I know about driving? However, I haven't been driving much, but I did do the TCR for the RLTC on Monday. That was interesting for my first TCR race as well. Getting myself involved with that one. I don't know how I got involved with that one, but I was involved. So we're just going to wait for the grid. Excuse me a second. Here it is. Russell Wooten is on pole position. Gordon Haig 2nd. George Gonzaga 3rd. David Rolliston 4th. Didier Theobald in 5th. Craig Gregory 6th. Damien G 7th. Glenn Andre Christiansen in 8th. Guy Robinson 9th. Gary Truby 10th. Stefan Mellis 11th. Maren Griegic down in 12th place. George Bentez 13th. Vigard Lea Olsen 14th. Max Letner's 15th, Sergio Capella 16th, and Paul Warren down in 17th place. So if you do want to see me drive a TCR, guys, you can tune in on Monday evening where I will be broadcasting my point of view, and we're at Phillip Island as well. Now, I will say, I have been told the times are down in the 137s. Yeah, slightly off the pace. Got to do more practice, James. Got to do more practice. So I will be back practicing on Sunday. As that's my, how can I put it, my quiet day, to myself day, can we say, to get up my time faster than at least a 1:39. If I can get down to a 1:38.5, I'll be happy. So that's what I'm aiming for on Monday for the RLTC from Phillip Island. But we're just waiting for Damien G, Mats Letner, Sergio Capella and Paul Warren to get onto the grid. 3 more to go, but welcome in everybody, and the lights are on. Oh, have they missed? 4 lights, 5 lights, and we are green here in the Radical Sim Racing AMS. And what an absolute flying start then from Didier Theobald. He couldn't manage to hold it, unfortunately, so that's George Gonzaga has taken the 4th place there as well. Gordon Haig has jumped Wooten at the start, and it's Haig and Wooten in this 17-car race leading up into turn 1 currently at the moment. Wooten's on the left-hand side. He's going to go in for it already. Russell Wooten turns around and says, "You may take my 1st place, but you'll never take my victory." And Russell Wooten is leading us off for the first time up through the mountain section. And let's hope everybody gets through here cleanly. And unfortunately on that one, Truby did not get through cleanly, neither did Craig Gregory. Truby and Gregory there in turn 4 in the cutting on lap 1. did not manage to get all the way through. So unfortunately for Truby and also Gregory, they've now dropped to the back of the field. But it is currently Glenn Andre Christensen with Maren Grigic tucked up literally about as close as anybody can get going through here. They can get a little bit close. It's got to pull it in a little bit more as Grigic. Christensen looked accomplished through there currently at the moment. Down into Forest Elbow. Wonderful view of looking at it, and there we go. But Russell Wootton is up front at the moment, leading away from Gordon Haig for the first run down the Conrad Straight. The gap's closing down. Is Haig going to be looking at making a move down into the chase? He's not going to get him this time around. Maren Grigic, is Maren Grigic going to get Christensen? He's gone for the inside line. He's managed to drift a little bit wide. Can Grigic hold it? He can't. Damien G, Stefan Mellis, George Bentet there as well, clearly Gary Truby and Vigard Olsen-Lea at the back there. Damien G, G's off. G is off in the wall, unfortunately for Damien G. Down at the chase. Damien. I wonder if he had his takeout tonight beforehand. But Christensen and Grigic there. I want to try and have a look back and see what happened to Gary Truby. So we're going to have a look at that right now. So here they are. They're coming up into the chase. This is going to be Craig Gregory spinning in front, and then Gary Truby. Oh, Gary Truby. So go back to live pictures, saw what happened to Gary Truby there. Wootton has still got Haig tucked up right behind him. Russell Wootton's driving the absolute race of his life. The Australian joining us at like 7 a.m. in the morning. Here he goes, dropping in now. Oh no! Oh my! Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! Just when you say he's driving the race of his life, he goes and puts it in the wall. Well, not only that, Rolliston was involved and had to jump straight back to the pits, and so was Robertson. So, yeah, I suppose that's me. Grigic's still battling away with Christensen now. Grigic's gone through. He's carried so much of an overspeed, he's going to be done before he even gets down to the bottom here. George Bentes battling away with Stefan Mellis side by side. Bentes on the right, Mellis on the left. Bentes is through, nearly contact with Truby. Gary Truby. Gordon Haig goes across the line, fast lap of the race at 1:58.983. Truby's looking to come into Mellis on the last corner. Craig Gregory looking at coming back through as well. He's battling away with Vigard Olsen-Lea. Too wide on this run past the line. Too wide up into Hell's Corner. Not called Hell's Corner because it isn't Hell. It is Hell. And Craig Gregory manages to get in front of Vigard Olsen there as well. But George Bentes, Stefan Mellis, Gary Truby. You just had to say it. I know. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry, Craig Gregory. Russell Wootton, please don't shoot me. Cats to the commentator. Yeah, all right. That was all me. I've got to be honest, because I've just said he's just driving the race of his life and then straight into the wall. Not only that, David Rolliston as well and Guy Robinson. So, you know, if you're going to collect them, you might as well collect them all. Robinson got through. I wonder how he got through that, because that signalled that he's had an incident. So let's have a look. So here he comes now. He's coming down into the dipper. Oh, we're on board as well. There's Wootton. Okay. All right, well, that's how Robinson got involved there as well. I think I would want to get out of the way as well if I saw Rolliston's car just kind of parked there waiting for me as I go around the corner. But Rolliston did manage to clear it. So fair play to David Rolliston there as well. Just unfortunate for him and also Russell Wootton. So unfortunately, I may need to take responsibility for that one. because, you know, clearly I may have had something to do with that. Marin Grigic has cleared Glenn Andre Christensen, has also cleared Guy Robinson. Christensen here with George Bentes tucked up right behind him at the moment. Bentes in that brightly coloured livery there behind the yellow and black of the Team Slow-Mo of Glenn Andre Christensen. So Bentes there looking rather dapper in that very different, reminds me of a Mexican Night of the Dead livery almost. There with George Bentes. I think that's going to be an interesting one to see how he goes with that, but he's making moves past Glenn Andre Christensen, and it is Bentes through. Unfortunately for Christensen, he is dropping down the order now and is now down in 7th place. Gary Truby, Stefan Mellis, Craig Gregory, Ruby, we've seen this already once, Gary, we've seen this all once, Gary, yeah, Truby makes it through, and boy, oh boy, did he get the Welsh Dragon elbows out then. And poor old Stefan Mellis just got bullied out of that position by Gary Truby, and he did it in some unbelievable fashion there as well. So Gary Truby getting the muscles out, so there you go. What an unbelievable move there. Don't forget, guys, as well. Oh, Gregory's going to be coming back here down at Truby, down the Conrad Straight. I want to give a big shout out. Well, very, very shortly. I just want to see how this pans out from Craig Gregory. Tucked up behind Gary Truby. Here we go now. Gregory's pulled out to the right-hand side. Are they going to make it down through too wide? They've come together once already. Are these drivers going to come together again? It's... Oh, no. Craig Gregory is through, and now it's tucked up behind Glenn Andre Christensen here this evening as well. Also want to talk about the fact of what Team Slow-Mo are up to currently as well. Team Slow-Mo are currently helping out a young lady by the name of Sophie. She's a 12-year-old young go-karting in her first series in karting. And her parents are raising money for the season. So if you can, go and check that out. I will type out the link in chat, and you can go and have a look at that one as well. That would be absolutely amazing there for the Team Slow-Mo guys. So if you want to get yourself involved and you feel like helping out a young girl by the name of Sophie with her first season in go-karting, you can do it there. So thank you so much for Team Slow-Mo on that one. Absolutely incredible as always from these guys. But welcome. I believe you may be watching, Sophie. If you are, hope your first season goes okay. So much love from all of us here at the JPB YouTube, at the JPB Broadcasting Company, and also the guys from Team Slow-Mo who have asked if I can give you a shout out, which I have done there as well. So Gary Truby now battling away with Stefan Mellis. Mellis did make that move past Truby. Christensen, though, has got Craig Gregory just about as close as you can get a Greek car here going through the elbow. We're expecting Gregory to come right up to be in the back of us now. Here we go. Here he comes. The green of Gregory, the Englishman, pulling out to the left-hand side. He's coming up beside us now. Slow-Mo on the right, Gregory on the left. How is this going to work as they're racing down now? I think Gregory's going to lock this up already. He is, and it's Craig Gregory up into 7th place here as they go in through the chase. Craig Gregory's obviously brushed the wall. You see the damage on his rear left there. As you look at the car, obviously, there's damage on around his number panel. You can see it there on screen. Not quite sure why I'm circling it, because you can't see it while I'm circling it, but I think you get the idea of whereabouts it is. So 19 minutes remaining, and we've got Gary Truby in 10th, Stefan Mellis 9th. Then we've got George Bentes with Craig Gregory chasing him down. Gordon Haig is out in front. He's off 7.3 seconds up the road already. He is gone and dusted, and Gordon Haig has booked his flight out to the Red Bull Ring, and he meets it not long after this race has finished, because he's already checked out pretty much here this evening. Gary Truby bumping the curbs in that SR10 on that run up into the cut-in. So Going to be interesting to see how that one pans out as well. What's Gary Truby going to be able to do? Is he going to be able to stay with Mellis? He looks it. Looks like he's going to get close. We go on the nose now of Gary Truby, going to be going left. Different line in from Mellis. Dropping down into the skyline to the right hand side. We straighten the car up. Down through the gears we go. He's got to be on the brakes. He looks a little bit quicker. All them little... Oh, here we go. Here we go. Truby, no. Oh, my blimey. Gary Truby, I tell you what, he has got the Welsh Dragon fighting within the night. He lost a bit of time through Forest Elbow there, but I'm expecting him to come back down at Stefan Mellis here down the straight. So this is going to be an interesting one. And Mellis hold on. I think that's going to be the key for him. Can Mellis hold on? I think Truby is just climbing all over him currently. He's going to force him into that mistake that he needs from Mellis. I'm not quite sure where that's going to happen. But if he tags a wall, it's going to happen there, I'll tell you much. Truby's a little bit slower round turn one, and I've got a funny feeling he's going to be stuck behind him for another lap here, at least. I don't think he's going to get him. Mellis makes his one move, then comes back into the line. Round turn one we go, the right hander, third for Mellis. On the power early, fourth on the exit. Then up to the left-hander of the cut-in. Let's have a look from Gary Truby's perspective, how difficult it is following somebody else. Mellis does have that look like that rear end is sliding around on that car. Oh, Truby was slow out of turn 5. Gonna lose time. He needs to really now try to get into the back of Mellis. Oh, don't take too much, Truby. Oh, God, Mellis is in the wall. Mellis is in the wall. How is he doing for damage? Mellis hit the wall. Oh, on lap 7, down into the dipper. And Gary Truby got through and got the job done. Unfortunately for Stefan Mellis there, he's now gone down the order. So George Bentes is another man. He's got the ever-battling Craig Gregory right behind him. So what can Craig Gregory do? 15 minutes left on the clock. Gordon Haig is gone out by about 9.5 seconds. Didier Theobald in second, Gonzaga third, Griegic fourth, Robinson fifth, Benter sixth, Gregory seventh, Christensen eighth, Truby ninth, Mellis 10th, Leah Olsen 11th, G down in 12th. Rolliston is back out in 13th. Wooten, Capella, Letners and Warren are all out of this race. I don't actually think Sandra Capella, Mats Letners or Paul Warren took to the grid, mind you. So, not sure if they actually made it to the grid there. I was hoping, as they'd registered for the session, we might have seen Sandra Capella on track tonight. The man behind the Radical Sim Racing, he works hard. Well, I would probably say he works harder than I do at getting this league up to scratch and getting everything all ready. And I do love seeing his messages saying, James, please, can we add this driver in as well? Like, yes, Sandro, we'll do that. Yes, Sandro, we'll do that. So, Sandro Capella, I want to give you a big shout out to you because you've put together an absolutely stunning league here with the AMs and the Pros and the Americas and the Endurance Series as well. And if you missed last season's World Cup Series final, you should definitely go and watch it back because it was absolutely incredible. And I got the pleasure to be in the booth for that one, and it was just absolutely insane. So, from Bentis' point of view, though, this is not good. We've seen this green car do this many, many times. And here we go again. Oh, he's going to have the inside line for the first part. Got the outside line. Benters has got a Gregory makes it through, but not before. They were nose to tail. Gregory defending the inside line. Coming down into Murray's. Got to look again, a better exit. Benters has got that better exit. He's not going to make the move, I don't think, down into hell. But he has got at least to try and stick as close as he possibly can. Oh, for this run down into 2. Gregory really wants to take the right-hand side of the circuit. You've got to hug that white line. Because here he comes. You want to send him the long way. Send him the long way. He has sent him the long way as Craig Gregory as they battle down now into turn 1. Here we go. Gregory, is he going to hold that? He's carried through too much speed. Craig Gregory is master of his own undoing. Carried too much speed into turn 1 and hit the wall. That's both sides of that Radical's going to have damage now. So, you know, if you're going to even it out, you might as well even it across the board. But boy, oh boy, Gregory's going to come back again. Here we go. Got to be looking at coming back. What noise was that, James? I don't know. I don't know, I'm sorry. I don't feel safe to race. Oh, sorry, Joe. But next week is my home race at, we're at the Red Bull Ring, yes. So I've never even felt safe enough to purchase this truck. Oh boy, oh boy. Come on, John, what are you up to? Oh dear. You got to do it, mate. You got to do it. You got to have at least one whiz round the Bathurst circuit. So Bathurst was one of the very first tracks I actually purchased, and that's only because I did the 3 hour of Bathurst endurance with a friend. Not long after I first started iRacing, to be fair. And I will say one thing, right? We finished the race. We did finish the race. And out of 45 cars, we finished 24th. So it wasn't too bad for my first time in, I believe we were in the GT3 Ferrari as well. The old Ferrari before the new one's out. We were in that, and that was my first foray into endurance racing. I remember the day because I remember coming back and being like, oh yeah, I can do this. This is nice and easy. Just got to drive a car around this circuit. And then I hit the dipper. Yeah. It didn't go so well after that. But we did manage to complete the 3 hour endurance, so that was all a little bit of fun. Got to be honest. But Truby is not going to be feeling too much like he's having fun at the moment because he's got the looming Stefan Mellis up behind him. So there we go. Bathurst is like one of the 7 wonders of racetracks. Mandatory to drive on it. Absolutely. John Brown, SRL TV. Yes, get on it, son. Or is that Dan Mould? Which one of you's got control of this YouTube channel this evening? Is it Dan Mould or John Brown? Decisions. So we'll wait and see for that one. Oh, Mellis into the wall again. Oh, and the other side. Balancing it out, making it even on both sides. 10 minutes to go. Poor Stefan Mellis. Robert Williams, good evening. Are we going to see you in the pros this evening very, very shortly? It's JB. It's the mighty John Brown here tonight. Oh, Mellis. Oh, don't torpedo the... Oh, he did. Oh, Stefan Mellis. How is that Radical still going at every wall? He's definitely getting the money worth tonight. I'll tell you what, Stefan Mellis. How is that car still going in a straight line? Because he's hit both sides of that car. It's still going straight. How? Stefan Mellis going off through the chase now. Well, battling away with the SR10. He's hit both sides and down the wall and into Forest Elbow. And he's still going straight, is Stefan Mellis. Fair play to him. And now, unfortunately, that's kind of spread the field out a little bit. And we can have a look here with Gordon Haig from Sim Racing Norway out in front by about 12.5 seconds. So there we go. Yes, you are racing. Nice, Mr. Williams. I'd love to see how you get on very, very shortly, of course. Isn't your practice session open about now? Aren't you supposed to be in practice? Or have you done your practice and you thought you'd pop in and come and have a chat with me? Because, you know, you'll have a good old chat. No, Gordon Haig just kind of showing us really how this could and would be done. Gary Truby trying to chase down Craig Gregory as we go into the last 8.5 minutes. Go Haig, go Christensen, go slow-mo. Well, Christensen's slow-mo, I'll give you that. Gordon Haig is Sim Racing Norway Expresso, so just go Haig anyway. Or unless you're talking about Henning Haig, of course. Then that's a different story. Truby trying to catch it up to the back of Gregory. We've got 8 minutes left on track. Still Norwegian. Well, to be honest with you, mate, most of the grid in the pros is Norwegian. And in the AMs, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4. So, you know, we could do a Norwegian league soon. That would be interesting, wouldn't it? Just a Norwegian subsidiary of the Radical Sim Racing. That would be absolutely incredible. I'd love to see how that one turns out with Kettle Larsen, Lasse Sorensen. You know, you've got Christensen here, Gordon Haig, Henning Haig, Vigard Helland. All going at it. Ola Bratton as well if he comes back. Radical Norway. See, there we go. Lucas Vieira, he's got the idea. As we look at Craig Gregory and Gary Truby. Truby has closed the gap. He's come down 2 tenths currently at the moment. He's on the 6 tenths away from Craig Gregory. He's closing the gap up. Pulling him in a little bit at a time. Still got 7 minutes. See, Espresso, we could do it. Norway, couldn't we? Truby now closing the gap down below 2 tenths. Here we go on this run. Under the bridge we go. Coming up into turn 1. Gary Truby now. Is he going to make it this time? He's not. And that's a run up behind Craig Gregory again through them. Oh! Oh no! Oh no, no, no! Bentes has gone and stuck it in the wall. He's lost a place to... Is he going to lose that place to Christensen? He has. George Bentes stuck it in the wall at the, up the cutting and has lost a place to Glenn Andre Christensen. Let's have a look and see how he managed to do that. Here he comes now into the cut-in. He's just going to over-accelerate that car and the back end's going to go round. Over on the brakes, sorry. Hits the brakes, too much speed. Round he goes. Scrapes the wall, and unfortunately for Bentes, he's just got to kind of sit there. He's off the line, puts the Radical into the wall for good health. But here comes Christensen now. As we go back to live action with Bentes, who's got Gregory behind him. There's Craig Gregory. Bentes stuck it in the wall on lap 12, unfortunately for him. Bentes is now trying to get past Christensen. Christensen is going to lose 2. Is he going to lose 2? Oh, he nearly lost 2 places, Glenn Andre Christensen. And that all kicked off up front. Bentes making a move down the Conrad straight. Gary Truby in the background going to be looking to kind of go around Craig Gregory as well. Not going to make it stick this time around. Is Andre Christensen going to come back at him? Here we go. Truby's on the left. We're going into Hell's Corner. Oh, Truby's got the run out. He's got the better line. Here we go. For the Welshman of Gary Truby, tucked up behind Craig Gregory. Literally, Gary Truby is tucked up. He needs that inside line. He's got to get him off it. He can't run him around the outside. Craig Gregory's... Oh! Gregory thought about opening the door. The door's open now. Gregory's up! Gregory's up! He's up, he's up, he's up. Craig Gregory bins it in turn 2. Carries too much speed once again. And unfortunately for Craig Gregory on lap 13, that is the end of that one. Unfortunate for Gregory there. Carried too much speed into turn 1, which he has done previously. And unfortunately goes and, well, just spins the SR10 round. So have to see how it goes there now, unfortunately for them. Craig Gregory's off. These cars seem like a nightmare. Well, John, all I can say is jump in it, mate. Jump in it and have a go, because you're... it's going to be interesting. Let's just put it that way. I'd love to see John Brown go racing Mount Panorama Circuit in an SR10. Maybe we can get John doing a track guide for us. That would be awesome. John, do you want to do a track guide for us? SR10 track guide. Stefan Mellis chasing down Truby as well, down to Conrad. Haig he's gone. He's checked out already. Here we go, Mellis on the left, Truby on the right. Oh, how? Oh, Mellis has put it in the wall as well, and Truby. Oh, Mellis and Truby down in the chase. Truby makes it through, but how close was it? How close was this? Truby went off track. Just how close was it? He's on the grass. Here we go. Oh! And then Mellis overcooks it in the chase. Oh! Well, with your life and your pants haven't flashed before your eyes, they have now. And look at the steering on Mellis's car. He is all the way, literally nearly 90 degrees to the left. Just, you should have got in the pits, young man. You have a fast repair. Oh, Stefan Mellis, look at the state of that. Talk about commitment from Stefan Mellis there. If he doesn't get 15x in a drive-through, I don't know how he's managed it. Didier Firmo now is being caught. Blimey. Stefan Mellis going full bore there. Oh, dearie me. How is he still on track? I do not know. Oh, well. Gary Truby, 2v2 there. He literally missed the rear end of Mellis by what only can be conceived as the closest amount ever in the whole entire world. I want to have a look back on the nose of Gary Truby, and I'm going to slow it down a little bit because I know it was close. So let's just go back a minute. Here he goes. Now we're on board. We're only at about a quarter speed here, and we're on the nose of Gary Truby. So he goes onto the grass. Here he comes. He's going to go to the right. Mellis is going to appear there. Oh! Wow! And unfortunately for Truby, Mellis hit the ball in the chase anyway. But boy, oh boy. That was just unbelievable. How Gary Truby missed him. Wow, there we go. Oh, Damien G is back on track. He's chasing down Vigard Olsen Leah. These guys coming down into turn one. There we go, Damien G from Radsport Sim Racing. He didn't want to get promoted this season, partly because he wanted to go for the team championship, and he's definitely gone and done that with Gary Truby. So he's him and Gary Truby are leading the team championship at Radsport. Radsport Sim Racing. I was right. So Damien G and Gary Truby there are leading in the championship here. But here, this should be the final lap of the race. Is he going to make it across? 10 seconds. It's going to be close. There's Barney. There's the flag. We're on the last lap. So Gordon Haig there, last lap racing now. George Gonzaga trying to get up to the back of Didier Thurbolt. He's got one more lap to do it. There we go. Barney's on the right hand, the strongest right-handed iRacing. So, see how he gets on. Oh. Well, you've got to admit, the last few laps have been absolutely incredible here this evening. Such a shame, though, for Craig Gregory and Russell Wooten. Again, Gonzaga and Fearbolt coming through now. So here we go. Keeping an eye on Gordon Haig. He's coming through. going down through the dipper. And off down through Forest Elbow he goes. Does Craig, does Gordon Haig. So this is going to be the last run here for George Gonzaga. Is he going to get this now? Oh, Didier Thurbo. Come on, come on. You know me, I don't mind the one move, but not the weaving on the track. We're not weaving jumpers here, sir. Give yourself a knitting needle. Come on. Got Gordon Hay going across the line. He's going to take the victory here this evening. There you go. Gordon Haig is your winner of the pros. Didier Thurbo did hang on in second place. Thurbo in second, and then Gonzaga in third. That is the top three. Griegit coming across the line in fourth. Robinson fifth. Bentas is coming across the line in sixth. I will see you on track. Well, you won't see me, but yep, I understand where you're coming from on that one, Mr. Williams. Great race again. Hope the pros are as good. Well, young sir, I'm sure they will, with the likes of Isaacson, Matheson and Larson, who were the 1-2-3, Norwegian 1-2-3 last week. Don't forget, at Catalonia. So we'll see how it goes again. I'm sure if I'd interviewed them all, I probably wouldn't have been able to understand a single word that was going on if they started talking Norwegian between them all. Christensen and Vigard Olsen Lea coming up the run around the last corner. Is Christensen's going to get that G as well. Rolliston's still battling away. He is currently, he's on, he says he's on the lead lap. So, him and Mellis. Not sure how, but Rolliston is on the lead lap here. Craig Gregory just has had a horrendous time of it. Finishes in 12th, so does still score points. Stefan Mellis coming down the Conrad Straight now. But don't forget, we have got the pros coming straight up after this. And we've got the SRL GT4s live from Catalonia, where no Jake Cranstone, who looks like he's wrapped up the championship. But if Arthur Fertel wins both races, then he may be able to steal it, because I don't think Jake's going to make it this week. So tune in for that one, because that's going to be absolutely amazing. And then we've got the IGL Cash Cup from Circuit Zold at 1:45 in the morning. So 4 races for you this evening. So if you're night owls, you can come and join me and myself and D Biggles for the IGL Cash Cup, because that's going to be absolutely incredible. Gordon Haig is your winner here tonight at Bathurst. He never put a foot wrong whatsoever. Neither did Didier Thurbo. You know, it is what it is. George Gonzaga in at third. Marin Grigic fourth. Guy Robinson fifth. George Benter sixth. Glenn Andre Christensen seventh. Vigard Lea Olsen eighth. Damien G ninth. David Rollison 10th. Stefan Mellis in 11th. Craig Gregory 12th. Gary Truby 13th. Russell Wooten 14th. Matt Letnes, Sandra Capella and Paul Warren, don't believe actually took to the starting line. So there we go. We've got George Gonzaga waiting ever so patiently for me to bring him in to the booth. So George Gonzaga, we will have a quick word with after we get up and have a look at here for that one. There we go. And we're going to go here on board with George Gonzaga for the race while I bring him in to the interview booth. George, good evening, young sir. How are you?
Good evening, guys. Whew.
How's it going?
That was a tough. Tired, man, and sweaty.
I bet you are, mate. It's a tough track.
It's insanely hard. You start see people spinning in front of you and just trying to dodge everyone is a mission on itself.
Yeah, I bet, dude. Because it looked incredibly complicated this evening, and there was a few people who decided to investigate the walls of Bathurst as well, and just touch wood, wasn't one of them.
Yeah, David and Russell as well. Yeah, it was unfortunate and I saw it happening in front of me, and I was like, please don't crash into me. But yeah, I managed to squeeze it out. So yeah, 0 incidents as well. So that's a victory on
Hey,
itself. Yeah,
five bonus points for you, sir.
exactly. Yeah. No, it's yeah, really good championship, and yeah, let's hope
That's
it keeps it like that.
Yeah, off to the Red Bull Ring we go next week, young Sarah, as well. So that should be another exciting win for you there. How do you like the Red Bull Ring?
Not my favorite, but it's better to start with the expectations like that. So yeah,
Better to aim low, and then you feel
exactly.
successful when you go finish second or
Yeah,
something like that.
yeah, exactly. It was the same with this one. I lost almost 200 IR rating in this week just practicing, but practice makes perfect, and consistency. That's pretty much the word for this track. Yeah.
Yeah, see, that's probably where I'm going wrong. Consistency in practice, George. I think that's my problem.
You'll get there. You'll get there.
Hey, I'm like British Rail. I might get there, but I just might not be on time. So there we go.
Yeah.
But
Well,
George,
okay.
thank you so much for joining me in the booth. Anyone you want to give a shout out to before you leave the booth this evening?
Yeah, like for the whole series, for everyone in the league, my wife as well, who's watching today. So yeah, hopefully it will be fun night tonight. So yeah, celebrating. No, but really to everyone in the league and the community.
George, I don't know if you're supposed to say that one, mate, but I'm going to leave you to it.
Yeah.
I'll catch
No
you
worries.
soon and hopefully see you
Okay.
at the Red Bull Ring, bud.
Okay. Bye, James. Cheers. Bye.
Oh, dearie me. George Gonzaga has absolutely just creased me up, but we are going to put in Gordon Haig into the booth. Good evening, Gordon. How are you, sir?
Yeah, good evening. I'm very happy.
Well, that was a nice, simple drive, wasn't it? You just went out in front, pulled away, and away you went.
Yeah, I mean, the two fiercest competition, they crashed out. I think it was maybe on lap 2, unfortunately. So I was driving after that all by myself and slightly pulling away from the guys behind. So yeah, super happy. Have been practicing a lot this week, many hours. So very good for me and for the team.
Good. Well, that's all that matters then, isn't it? You took the victory, mate. And to be honest, it was just fairly incident-free. Unfortunately, once Wootton and Rolleston all came together, and Gregory, unfortunately for himself, the man of his own undoing, should we say, it kind of just left you without much of a challenge and about a 14-second gap. But look, we're going on to the Red Bull Ring. Do we expect a different entity of racing there?
I haven't tried this car on Red Bull Ring, but I think it's going to be much closer. The times around the track, I believe so. But I don't know. I'm looking very forward to it. So I kind of like Red Bull. It's a little bit tricky with the off tracks and slowdowns, but we have to see.
Okay, bud. Well, thank you so much, Gordon, for joining me. Congratulations on your first place. Is there anyone you want to give a shout out to before you leave the booth this evening?
Yeah, I want to give a shout out to SRN, the team. Also, Vegard had, I think, did he finish 8th or 9th today?
Vegard, 8th.
Yeah, so super good for him. And also a shout out to my family. I'm spending a lot of hours every week down in the rig, so and also a shout out to you for commenting. I'm going to see the pro broadcast now that starts at 10 o'clock.
Yeah, it starts very, very shortly, Gordon. Very shortly.
Yeah, it does. So yeah, thank you, and we have to see if we can pull something out of the hat on next week on Red Bull Ring.
I'm sure you will, Gordon, but thank you so much for joining us as always, and we look forward to seeing you next week at the Red Bull Ring.
Yeah, okay, bye-bye.
Bye. Right, guys, there you go. Now, I'm going to jump over to the next session for the pros here this evening. But as always, guys, thank you so much for joining me. It's been an absolute stellar race. Don't forget to miss the pros. We will be live very, very shortly. So for now, I'll see you after this short break, really.
Cool.